till now we have studied single phase half control rectifier with R load, then we change the load to RL load and RLA load. In this case, in the load a pure inductor is connected. In the load there is no resistance, inductor is, and there is no internal resistance of the inductor. The inductor is pure. This is input reference voltage, the output reference voltage is this, and the output reference current is from positive reference output voltage to negative reference output voltage. In this case also we will draw input voltage, this is omega t equal to pi, this is omega t equal to 2 pi. Here we will draw the output current and the output voltage. The output current in this case is equal to inductor current, and output voltage is also equal to inductor voltage. Now, in the positive half cycle, we will suppose that in the positive half cycle the input will try to conduct the thyristor, will try to conduct the current in this direction through the thyristor. And suppose before the thyristor was on, now there was no current in the inductor, the circuit was at rest at omega t equal to 0, the voltage is applied, but the thyristor is not triggered. So, there will be no current. So, from omega t equal to 0 to omega t equal to alpha, there is no current in the circuit. At omega t equal to alpha, the thyristor is triggered, and whenever thyristor is at omega t equal to alpha, the thyristor is in forward mode and it is given a trigger pulse, then the thyristor will start conducting. So, now the thyristor will be short, and the output voltage, that is inductor voltage, will be equal to input voltage. So, after this point the output voltage will become input voltage. This is maximum value, and at omega t equal to pi, the output voltage will be 0. Now, we have to draw the waveform of output current. The output current and output voltage equal to inductor current and inductor voltage. Now, we will relationship inductor voltage equal to L di over dt, or we will write di VL equal to L dIL over dt. The dIL over dt equal to 1 by L into VL, that is the rate of change of inductor current is equal to voltage across inductor divided by its inductance. So, as long as VL is positive from alpha to pi, VL is positive, and as long as VL is positive, the rate of change of inductor current is positive, and whenever rate of change of inductor current is positive, inductor current will rise. So, from alpha to pi, the inductor current will rise. Or if I further if we further analyze this equation, dIL is equal to 1 by L VL dt. If we integrate it, change in inductor current delta IL will become, L is constant, so I am taking this out of integration, this is equal to VL dt we will take limit from omega t equal to alpha to we will start. Suppose the initial inductor current is 0 at any time t1, or the initial inductor current is I1 at any time t1, and at any time t the inductor current is I. Hence, here we will write I minus I1 as delta change in inductor current. This is equal to t1 to t. So, if we want to find out the change in inductor current from one instant to another instant, just integrate the inductor voltage from one instant to another instant and divide it by inductance. Now, what this integration represents? This integration represents area of graph made by the area made by inductor voltage graph from T1 to T. Now, suppose we want to find out the change in inductor current from this point to from alpha to this point. So, at alpha the inductor current is 0, because at this point the thyristor starts conducting. And suppose if we want to find out the inductor current at omega t equal to pi by 2. So, from alpha to pi by 2, so we will again write this equation as dIL equal to 1 by L integration VL dt. We will integrate it at omega t equal to alpha, current is 0, at omega t equal to pi by 2, let us say current is I. Hence, I minus 0 equal to I, we will write it, this is current at omega t equal to pi by 2. So, current at omega t equal to pi by 2, this will be 1 by L, and this is area made by VL versus T graph. The integration represents an area. This is area made by VL, this voltage is also equal to VL versus theta, or we will write it as VL theta, VL versus theta graph from alpha to pi. Area made by VL versus theta graph from theta equal to alpha to theta equal to pi by 2. So, if we want to find out the change in current, just integrate VL versus time graph or VL versus theta graph and divide it by inductance. Now, from alpha to pi by 2, the area made by VL versus theta graph is this much. So, this area divided by inductance will be change in current. The initial current is 0, and suppose this area divided by inductance is this. The area divided by inductance gives this much value, this much height. So, at omega t equal to pi by 2, the value of current is this. Now, suppose we want to find out the value of current at omega t equal to this angle, then calculate this area and divide it by inductance. So, suppose this area is divided by inductance contributes this much. From then again take the same interval and find out this area. We are taking the same interval, but the area is more than the previous area. So, hence the rise in inductor current will be more than the previous value. Suppose the rise previously the rise was this much, now the rise is more than the previous value. So, the graph will take this type of value. Here we are trying to find out change in current from calculating area of a graph from the graph. We will also calculate the change in current, or we will try to find out the equation for a current. That is also possible, that we will do it later. So from here to here the change in current is this much. Now if you want to change it, find out change in current, then calculate this area. So in this interval change in current will be calculated by this area. So this area is positive, so further current will rise. Again this area is also positive, so further current will rise, but the rise in current will be less than the previous interval. So the rise in the graph will take this type of value. Again current is positive, so up to here the area made by VL graph is positive. So up to here from alpha to pi the current will continuously rise. And the rate of change of inductor current is dIL over dt is equal to VL divided by L. So the slope of IL will be decided by VL. At this point the value of inductor voltage is 0. So at this point the slope of inductor current is 0. That is why I have made this line parallel to x axis. At omega t equal to pi by 2 the inductor voltage is maximum. So at omega t equal to pi by 2 the rate of change of inductor current is maximum. So the inductor current graph will have a maximum slope at omega t equal to pi by 2. Before omega t equal to pi by 2 the voltage was rising. Before omega t equal to pi by 2 the voltage was continuously rising. So before omega t equal to pi by 2 the slope of inductor current will rise. So from this point to this point the slope of inductor current will rise. At this point the slope of inductor current is maximum. At omega t equal to alpha the voltage is positive with this much value. If the voltage is positive, so at omega t equal to alpha the rate of change of current has a positive value, means the graph of current will have a positive slope. So this slope is positive and now the slope is increasing continuously. At omega t equal to pi by 2 slope is maximum. After omega t equal to pi by 2 voltage is decreasing. So if the voltage is decreasing the slope of inductor current graph will decrease. So if the slope is decreasing graph will take this type of shape. At omega t equal to pi VL is equal to 0. So this graph has 0 slope at omega t equal to pi. Now after omega t equal to pi the voltage is negative. If the voltage is negative the rate of change of inductor current, that is the slope of inductor current graph, will become negative. If the slope is negative then the change of inductor current will be negative. Now inductor current graph will become negative. If the slope is negative then the change of inductor current will be negative. Now the voltage, if the voltage is negative, slope is negative and current, inductor current will start decreasing. Now the change in inductor current is decided by the area made by inductor voltage graph. If you move some distance in the right direction you will get this much area made by voltage graph. If you move the same distance in the left direction the area made by voltage graph is same. This area and this area is same. So we can say, but in this interval the area made by voltage graph is positive, in the other interval the area made by voltage graph is negative. So from in this interval the decrease in this interval, since the area made by voltage graph is negative, so in this interval current will decrease. In this interval the area made by voltage graph is positive, so in this interval the current will increase. Now since the two areas are same, the increase in current in this interval is equal to the decrease in current in this interval. So in this interval the rise in current was this much distance. Hence in this interval the decrease in current will be same. Or we can say that the area made by voltage graph is symmetrical about this point, hence the change in current about this point will be symmetrical. Now, if the change of current graph is symmetrical about this point, this will take a shape this much change in current is corresponding to area made by this much voltage graph. Hence, in this interval, the area made by voltage graph is same as the area made by voltage graph in this interval. So, the increase in current in this interval equal to decrease in current in the next interval. Now, this rise in current is corresponding to this area. So, the current will become 0 after this much value of current is corresponding to this much value of current is corresponding to this area. So, this area is equal to this much area. So, after this much time the current will become 0. This is equal to 2 pi. If this is alpha, by symmetry we can see that this angle is 2 pi minus alpha. So, the current will from alpha to pi, current will rise, and from pi to 2 pi minus alpha, current will decrease. The interval of rise of current is pi minus alpha. So, the same time will be, the same duration of angle will be taken to reduce the current from maximum value to 0. So, this interval is also pi minus alpha. If this is alpha, this is pi minus alpha, this is pi minus alpha, hence this point will be alpha plus pi minus alpha plus pi minus alpha. So, this point will be 2 pi minus alpha. So, from here we can see that if the triggering angle of thyristor is alpha, the conduction time in this circuit will be this will be 2 pi minus alpha. No, conduction time is not 2 pi minus alpha. The point at which current becomes 0 is called extinction angle. So, the value of extinction angle will be 2 pi minus alpha, and the duration of conduction will be pi minus alpha plus pi minus alpha. So, the duration of conduction will be, if in the purely inductive circuit the thyristor triggering angle is alpha, so the duration of conduction will be 2 pi minus 2 alpha, and extinction angle is 2 pi minus alpha. We will take an example. This is Vm sin omega t, and if the triggering angle is 130 degree, then we have to find out what is the duration of conduction, and we also have to plot the graph of inductor current. So, here we will first draw the graph of input voltage. This angle is 90 degree, this angle is 180 degree, and the triggering angle is 130 degree. So, 130 degree is around somewhere around here. This is 130 degree. So, at this point, from omega t equal to 0 degree to omega equal to 130 degree, the thyristor will be in forward mode, but since it is not given a triggering pulse, the thyristor will not conduct and the thyristor will be open circuited. So, from omega t equal to 0 to 130 degree, there will be no current. At omega t equal to 130 degree, thyristor is given a triggering pulse, so it will be short circuited and inductor current will start rising gradually, and the change in inductor current will be decided by area made by inductor voltage graph. So, from here, from omega t equal to 30 degree to omega t equal to 180 degree, the area made by inductor voltage graph, this is input voltage, but since thyristor is short circuited, the inductor voltage will become input voltage. The area made by inductor voltage graph is this much. So, the rise in current will be, since inductor voltage is positive and inductor voltage is maximum at this point. So, the slope of inductor current will be maximum at this point and the inductor voltage is decreasing. So, the slope of inductor current will be decreasing. Inductor voltage is 0 at this point. So, the slope of inductor current will be 0 at this point. So, the graph will be parallel to x axis. Okay. From 130 to 180 degree. Now, we have to find out the angle at which the inductor current becomes 0. Now, after this point, voltage is becoming negative. So, the inductor current will rise and the area made by inductor voltage is symmetrical about this point. So, the same negative area is made by inductor voltage in this interval. This duration is 50 degree. In 50 degree, this much area is made. So, same negative area will be made in the next 50 degree. So, this is this angle and same negative area is made after 50 degree. So, this angle will be 180 plus 50 degree. So, this is 230 degree and inductor graph of area of inductor voltage is symmetrical about this point. So, the graph of current will also be symmetrical and at this point the inductor current becomes 0. So, we will say the extinction angle is 230 degree and the duration of current is, for 50 degree duration current will increase. So, for decreasing current to again to 0 value, we need additional 50 degree. So, the duration of current will be 50 degree to rise and 50 degree to decrease. Hence, the total duration of conduction will become 100 degree. If we want to find out the duration for which the thyristor will be in forward blocking mode, we have to find out the duration for which the thyristor will be in forward blocking mode. From 0 to 30 degree, the voltage was positive and if we apply KVL in this circuit, this is reference for thyristor voltage, this is reference for inductor voltage. input voltage minus thyristor voltage minus inductor voltage equal to 0, and the thyristor voltage is V input minus VL. This is equal to input voltage minus L di over dt. From 0 to 130 degree, the current was 0 and this was constant at 0. So, from 0 to 130 degree, this voltage will be 0. So, V thyristor is equal to V input voltage from 0 to 130 degree, and from 0 to 130 degree input voltage is positive. So, the thyristor voltage equal to positive from 0 to 130 degree, but thyristor is not conducting due to the reason thyristor is not given triggering pulse. So, from 0 to 130 degree thyristor will be in forward blocking mode. This is duration for forward blocking mode. If we want to find out the duration for which the thyristor is in reverse blocking mode, after omega t equal to 230 degree, if we analyze again from 0 degree, from 0 to 130 degree thyristor is off because it is not given a triggering pulse. So, from 0 to 130 degree it will be in forward blocking mode. After omega t equal to 130 degree it is given a triggering pulse. Hence, from omega t equal to 130 degree to omega t equal to 180 degree current will rise. Then after 180 degree the polarity of input voltage is reversed, that is this point is negative and this is positive. But after omega t equal to 180 degree current is positive, that means current is flowing in this direction. After omega t equal to pi, if we analyze Vt, equal to V input minus L di over dt. After omega t equal to pi, the input voltage direction is reversed. So, this voltage becomes negative, but after omega t equal to pi current is decreasing. Hence, di over dt will be negative, and this negative becomes positive quantity. This quantity becomes positive, and in this duration this positive is greater than this negative. Hence, the overall thyristor voltage, the open circuit voltage across thyristor is greater than 0 and thyristor is conducting. So, even after omega t equal to pi, this voltage source is trying to switch off the thyristor, but the decrease in inductor current, if the current is decreasing, the inductor set its voltage with this polarity. This voltage is trying to conduct the thyristor. So, overall the thyristor conducts. So, from 130 to 180 degree current will rise. After 180 degree current will decay because the voltage has input voltage has reversed its direction, and after 230 degree again the current in the inductor is 0. So, after omega t equal to 230 degree the input voltage is negative, Vt equal to V input minus L di over dt. After, if we analyze this, after omega t equal to 230 degree, after 230 degree current is constant at 0. So, this voltage will be 0 and input voltage is negative. So, the overall thyristor voltage is negative after omega t equal to 230 degree. So, from 230 to omega t equal to 2 pi, the thyristor voltage will be negative and thyristor is reversed wise. So, from 0 to 130 degree thyristor is in forward blocking mode, from 130 to 230 thyristor is T is in forward blocking mode. For this duration T is conducting, and from 230 to 360 degree thyristor is in reverse blocking mode. Reverse blocking mode. Here, for this duration, the Thevenin equivalent voltage across thyristor is positive. In this condition, if we take thyristor ideal switch, it is conducting, means the output voltage will be the voltage across thyristor will be 0, and in this case the voltage across thyristor will be negative. So we have analyzed or we have found out the duration of conduction of current using area. This can also be found out using the equation. So I am going to derive that equation. We will start from the basic equation VL equal to L DIL over dt, that is voltage across inductor is equal to inductance into rate of change of inductor current, or the rate of change of inductor current is equal to voltage across inductor divided by inductance. Now, at alpha the thyristor is triggered, so from alpha the current will start rising, and before alpha we can see from the graph the current is 0. So we will write this equation for the current DIL equal to 1 by L VL dt, and we will integrate it. At alpha the current is 0, and suppose at we will integrate in angle domain. At any angle theta we do not know the value of current, so we will at any angle theta we will assume the current is inductor current IL. The integration of DIL is IL, and IL minus 0 equal to IL. So this integration will give us IL 1 by L from alpha to theta, from alpha to theta we will suppose the current is conducting. So whenever this current is conducting, the inductor voltage will be equal to input voltage, and input voltage is Vm sin theta. So at the place of inductor voltage we will write Vm sin theta d theta. So IL will be 1 by L, if we integrate it instead of calculating this integration, in theta domain, we will first write it in time domain. DIL equal to integration 1 by L and Vm sin omega t dt. The lower limit is we will integrate it in time domain. So, we have to put the limit of time, not of theta. So, whenever this axis is omega t, so whenever omega t is equal to alpha, at this point omega t equal to alpha, here we have to put the limit of time, not of omega t, omega t equal to theta. Time is equal to theta by omega. So, dt will be d theta by omega, and okay. So, if we want to change the domain of change this integration from time domain to theta domain, we will write it as 1 by L Vm sin, at the place of omega t we will write theta, and at the place of dt we will write d theta by omega, and since we are integrating it in theta domain, we will put the limit of theta. So, at this point theta is alpha, and at any angle theta we want to find out the current, and that current is IL. So, the IL will be 1 by L alpha to theta Vm sin theta d theta by omega. Since omega is constant, so omega will come out of integration, 1 by omega L alpha to theta Vm sin theta d theta. IL equal to 1 by omega L Vm, integration of sin theta is cos lower limit minus cos upper limit, cos alpha minus cos theta. So, if we want to find out the duration of conduction of current before theta equal to alpha, we know that the current is 0. If we put theta equal to alpha, IL will become 0, and this is also seen by the graph, and we have to find out the angle at which the current will become again 0. So, if we put theta equal to, if we want to find out IL equal to 0, then cos alpha must be equal to cos alpha minus cos theta must be equal to 0, hence cos theta equal to cos alpha. If we solve this equation, theta, the first solution for theta is alpha, the theta again cos theta equal to cos alpha, the solution, the first solution is theta equal to alpha, the second solution is theta equal to 2 pi minus alpha, third solution is theta equal to 2 pi plus alpha, fourth solution is 4 pi minus alpha. So, the first time current is 0 at theta equal to alpha, and before theta equal to alpha also the current is 0. After theta equal to alpha, current will rise, and at theta equal to 2 pi minus alpha, current will again become 0. This is seen by the equation. Whenever this is 0, current will be 0, and cos alpha equal to cos theta, this is for angle theta equal to alpha, theta equal to 2 pi minus alpha. So, the extinction angle will be beta will be 2 pi minus alpha, and this we have also seen previously from the graph. So, the current starts conducting from alpha and it conducts up to 2 pi minus alpha. So, the duration will be final value minus initial value. So, the duration of current is 2 pi minus 2 alpha. Here we have calculated this integration in theta domain. We can also calculate this integration in time domain. If we proceed from here, dIL over dt is equal to VL by L, dIL equal to 1 by L, integration of dIL will be equal to VL dt. When if we want to integrate it in time domain, we will have to put the limit of time. So, from theta equal to alpha, current starts conducting, and on this axis we are taking it theta, and theta is equal to omega t. So, whenever omega t is equal to alpha, when omega t equal to alpha, time will be alpha divided by omega. So, instead of putting theta equal to alpha, we will put the limit of time corresponding to theta equal to alpha, and that time is alpha divided by omega. So, here we have integrated from alpha to theta. Now, in the time domain, we will integrate from alpha by omega to here. This is theta. So, here we will put at the place of theta, we will put omega t. This is omega t. And now since we have put the limit in the time domain, so now we can integrate in the time domain. At t equal to alpha by omega, the current is 0. At here we have integrated, we have solved this equation by integrating in theta domain. Here we have put the limit of theta. We can also calculate this integration in time domain. We will start with dIL over L dIL over dt equal to VL. So, dIL equal to 1 by L integration of VL dt. Now, since we want to integrate it in time domain, we will put the limit of time. So, compare that integration with this integration. Whenever theta equal to alpha, at this point theta equal to alpha, hence the time will be at this point theta equal to alpha, and theta is equal to omega t, hence omega t equal to alpha, hence the time is alpha by omega. So, the lower limit is alpha by omega, and at any time t, the angle is theta. So, for the value of theta, we will put any time t. At theta equal to alpha, that is corresponding to time equal to alpha by omega, current is 0, and at any time t, let us say current is inductor current IL. Hence, the inductor current will become 1 by L. Whenever current is conducting, we are solving this integration only for the period when the thyristor is conducting. So, for the period the current is conducting, VL will become Vm sin omega t, and since we are integrating it in time domain, so we will not change this omega t by theta. So, IL will be equal to integrated in time domain 1 by omega L integration of sin theta is minus cos omega t minus Vm cos omega t from alpha by omega to t. This will be IL equal to 1 by I am taking Vm out, Vm by omega L, since minus sign is here. So, first I will take lower limit minus upper limit. This will be cos omega, at the place of t I will write alpha by omega minus cos omega, at the place of t I will take t. IL equal to Vm by omega L cos alpha minus cos omega t. And now if we replace omega t by theta, IL equal to Vm by omega L cos alpha minus cos theta. The same expression we got by calculating this integration in theta domain. So, we can integrate it in theta domain and time domain, but we have to take care of the limits and this omega also. Now, I am taking next question. Instead of thyristor, a diode is connected here, and in the load a pure inductor is connected. This is output voltage and this is output current or inductor current. Here a AC voltage source is connected, Vm sin omega t, and this is diode. The difference in diode and thyristor is, if we give no delay in the firing angle delay of thyristor, that is if alpha is equal to 0, a thyristor will behave as a diode. If we give alpha equal to 0, thyristor will become diode. So, we have studied this circuit using a thyristor. So, we can also solve this question when at the place of thyristor a diode is connected here. This question has been asked in GATE twice. In the first time, the inductor current graph was asked, the shape of inductor current. There were four options were given for the graph of inductor current, and the correct option was asked. In the second time, the duration of conduction was asked. From 0 to 2 pi, what is the duration of conduction? So, for the thyristor we have solved this. Now, if the diode is connected at the place of thyristor, we will take alpha as alpha equal to 0. I am first drawing the graph for input voltage, and this is inductor current. As soon as at omega t equal to 0, as soon as the polarity of input voltage becomes positive, since there is no thyristor here, there will be no firing angle delay, and as soon as the voltage becomes positive, this diode starts conducting, and if this diode conducts, the output voltage will become the inductor voltage, that is output voltage will become input voltage. The inductor voltage VL will be equal to input voltage. Since from 0 to pi the inductor voltage is equal to input voltage, so from 0 to pi the inductor current will rise. At this point we will again apply dIL over dt equal to VL by L. As long as the voltage is positive, the slope of inductor current will be positive. Overall, the slope of inductor current graph is decided by VL. So, the shape of graph will be this. Since current is rising for this much area, current is rising from 0 to maximum value corresponding to this much area. To reduce the current to a value, to 0 value, to reduce the current from maximum to 0 value, we again need an area of this much magnitude with negative sign. So, area of this much magnitude with negative sign can be obtained, will be obtained in this duration only. So, for this duration, this whole area will be used to reduce the current from maximum to 0. At this point, current will have this value. This will be the shape of inductor current. At this point, the voltage has maximum positive value, hence the slope of inductor current will have the maximum value. Here the slope is maximum at this point, slope is maximum at this point. At this point the voltage is 0, hence the slope of inductor current is 0. Initially the voltage is 0, so that is why I have started with 0 slope. At this point the voltage is maximum negative, hence the slope is maximum negative. At this point again the voltage is 0, hence the slope of inductor graph will be almost parallel to x axis. Here the current becomes 0 and slope of inductor current is also 0. So, at omega t equal to 0 degree, VL equal to 0, at omega t equal to 360 degree also VL equal to 0, and current is conducting from 0 to 360 degree. After 360 degree, the input voltage is again positive and there is no delay since diode is connected here. So, as soon as input voltage becomes positive, again the diode will conduct. So, again inductor voltage will become positive and the inductor current will start rising in positive direction. So, again the inductor current will become, this will take this shape. This is 2 pi, this is omega t equal to 4 pi. Since inductor current is it is continuous, it is never 0 except at one point the inductor voltage will be, this diode is always conducting, this is conducting for 360 degree. So, the inductor voltage will always be equal to input voltage. So, the inductor voltage graph will be and since the diode is always conducting, it is never reversed wise. So, the diode voltage is never less than 0, this will never happen.